everyone. Brian and I here, coaches of the Minnesota Rocker. Just wanted to give you guys an update on Rocker moving forward. First things first, stage 3 was obviously unacceptable. I think every one of us, coaches included, tweeted out after our loss against LAT that it was just an embarrassment, unacceptable. All our stuff, our coaching staff and players hold ourselves accountable and hold ourselves to a higher standard.
Chat, be
As
nice.
coaches, you kind of want to be the first ones to look inward. And
wait, Zin, pause it real quick.
Okay. I'm at 31 seconds.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
Kind of felt that Brian and I were trying to be the same coach, which isn't going to mesh well. And we needed to figure out that balance instead of stepping forward and being like, hey, like, this is what I want to be doing. This is what I think you should be doing, or just even talk to each other about what our strengths are. So we've kind of shifted our coaching dynamics. How that coaching dynamics going to change and work is I'm going to be a little bit more front facing. Seeing as I was a former pro, I feel like that's an advantage.
Changing their
head coach.
Sometimes to the respect level from your players. They kind of look at me to get the team playing at a high level, playing consistently, making sure our floor is really high. That's going to be kind of my focus is in the respawn modes because that's where I excel at.
So for myself, I've always excelled and thrived in being creative, coming up with
all right, Tupac,
focusing on game plan when it came to counter stratting and focusing on our own strats as well. And I think I definitely lacked a lot in the S&D department, trying to focus way too much on respawn and helping get the team together. It just felt like there was a lot of instances where I was stepping out of my comfort zone way too much to try and be like one of those sports coaches that you see in the movies with the inspirational speeches, trying to get everyone back in line because obviously there was some team issues throughout the stage, and I feel like I was getting way too uncomfortable.
So what is this video?
So not only are we going to be making a coaching dynamic change,
I know, I'm
just talked about, we'll also be making a team change. We're going to bring in Fame for Attach going into our home series. We trialed him on both roles because he ran a flex for us on Rocker Academy just to see what his comfort is at the pro level. And after seeing both roles, he looked a lot more comfortable on the AR. The pro level, the pacing's obviously different. The teamwork's different. It's not, it's a lot slower pace. So I think the AR fit him best, and then that's why we made that move.
To speak more on Kev, he's a player that I've been really high on for over a year now, especially watching him back in the CCL. He's an incredible player with a really good mind for the game, which is why I was really interested in bringing him on the Rocker at the tail end of the Vanguard season. Kev really excels in both roles, and he's just very inflexible and a sponge as a player where if you feed him information, he's going to take that in and implement it into his gameplay. And with this team, what the players and the coaches really felt like we were missing is a glue player on our team who's going to be that guy that will block spawns, pick up a lot of hill time, and just do whatever the team needs to win. It felt like there's a lot of instances throughout this year where everyone was trying to do a little bit too much on the map, and I think with Kev, we're going to have a lot more freedom for players like Cam and Marcus to kind of run around the map and do what they want.
So heading into this major, we are in the 8th slot, as everyone knows, have a little bit of a buffer on Vegas.
Wait, pause really quick.
Okay.
I feel like they just said that Fame's going to come in and allow their other players to do whatever they want, but I feel like Dill was already doing that. Do you agree? I mean, I feel like Dill was doing the same exact fucking thing. Dill looked like he was getting shafted out there with like how he was playing.
I mean, he's their main AR. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. He's literally their main.
He's not going to dictate the game like someone like Afro or Bance or even sometimes Cammy will. Like, I will die on the hill that your SMGs, you win and lose by your SMGs, right? When your SMGs are playing well, it's like all is well, and then when they're not, it makes it harder on everybody. But I don't want to sit here and be like, oh my god, Afro and Bance are the sole reason why Rocker weren't playing well. I'm sure every player played their part in their lack of success this past stage. The one thing, I mean, Fame is probably a quicker player than Dylan. I mean, Dill is inherently a slower AR Slayer type player. He's always been more of a slower Slayer.
Correct.
So I can understand them wanting to add more speed. I wouldn't necessarily agree that this is going to help the other players do whatever they want. I feel like they're just spewing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, listen, this is all just the PR. You know, we need to give them a reason. The team, the players, the coaches, they probably want to switch up the dynamic. They like Fame and challengers. It makes the most sense right now to put him in for Dylan, and that's what it is, right? They're going to sit here and give reasons, and it's just a dynamic switch up.
Yeah. So that's the thing with this move is they probably are gonna get better. Immediately gonna get better.
Well, hold on. Here's what's kind of shitty for Dylan is
Let's
their
hear it.
first 2 matches are quote unquote easier. They're playing LAG and I believe either London or Florida are their first 2 matches. So they're making a change and they're going into stage 4 with what many would consider, I guess, easier teams to beat than some of like the top 5, top 6 teams.
Yes. So, man, it's so tough. I mean, let's keep watching. Let's keep watching.
They're trying to catch us. We got to make sure that we're staying competitive throughout this entire stage and throughout the rest of the season. The first step is bringing in Fame. We're going to continue to evaluate the team throughout this stage after the home series, and if further change is needed, we will be making it because, again, we want to be competing for championships. We want you fans to have a team that you have to cheer for and is actually making it some deep runs at these events, just kind of like we did at Major 2. That's what we want to get back to. And ultimately, the goal is to make it to champs, obviously, because once you get there, anything can happen. And
Correct.
That's the big one to win.
Okay, yeah. So someone in my chat actually deciphered, I think, the best way. Them saying that this is going to help the other players excel. I think they're pretty much saying that Fame is going to bait for our players. Dill was baiting too much. I feel like that was like, yeah, I feel like that
Dill.
makes...
Guys, I'm not going to say again. He's more than welcome if he wants to come in. He's in. We're in my Discord. He has it. Pretty sure he has it. Go ahead. Sorry, Zen.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure Fame is a quicker player.
He doesn't have it? All right, I'll give it to him.
I'm sure he's a quicker player. But if Dill's joining, he'll give us a little more insight. Not talking Jamie about, I guess, how they're... I mean, I heard they were getting Swanton bombed in practice. I mean, I heard they were, even after stage 3 where they couldn't win a series, I heard they were just getting pissed all over in scrims. So
they were getting...
a change was imminent. It just so happened to be Dill this time around.